Hey there, hope you're all safe and healthy out there. I'm Brian Slattery. I'm with the New Haven Independent, and I'm here to talk about a favorite movie of mine. It's called Lovers of the Arctic Circle. It's a Spanish movie by the director Julio Medem. It was made in 1998. It stars Najwa Nimri and Fele Martínez, and it's a romance. Now, the thing that's cool about this movie and the way that it's cool in the context of Best Video is that I saw it like when I was in Spain for a business trip at one point with this crazy job that I had, and I was super jet lagged, and it was on TV, and I got a I started I saw it maybe it had been like a third of the way through the movie, and I was like totally mesmerized by this movie. I thought it was amazing, and I finished it, and I went to bed, and I woke up like having absolutely no idea how I was going to find this movie. I wanted to see the first part of it, and my Spanish is pretty good, but I kind of wanted to see it with subtitles to see if what I had missed, all that kind of thing. And it took years to figure out even what the movie was, who had directed it, who the actors were, and then once I found out all of that information, I was then in New York, and I couldn't find the movie to watch it. And it was only when we moved to New Haven from New York, and I found Best Video, that I realized that they had a copy of this thing, Lovers of the Arctic Circle, and I was delighted. And I watched it, and I was kind of half expecting it to be not nearly as good as I remembered, or maybe when I really knew what the people were saying to each other, I would think the movie was stupid. But that's not true at all. This movie is one of my favorite movies. That's I've never met anybody else who has even seen this thing, but I love it. It's really what's neat about it isn't so much like a particular performance, although all the performances are great, and in some ways it's not exactly the story. The story is really good. What it involves is that these two characters named Otto and Anna are brought together when their parents get married. So they're sort of stepbrother and stepsister, and the movie picks up when they're children, and then as they grow into adolescence, they start to develop slightly more than just they start to develop romantic feelings for each other as teenagers, but they know that that's really weird. Even though they're not really related, it's still weird, and it's all sort of complicated. So obviously, like, it doesn't really work out. But then they become adults, and they sort of like can't stop. Each of them can't stop thinking about the other one, and they have this like series of incredible near misses, including this like excruciating scene in the Plaza Mayor in Madrid when they are like literally like 10 feet apart from each other, and for a good like 4 minutes they have these like they could, if one of them had turned around in just the right time, if one of them had picked up a cigarette at the right time, they would have made eye contact and they would have actually found each other. But that's the idea. It's this movie that's kind of about this like series of near misses, and I don't want to ruin the ending for you at all, because it's really a good, it's really a good movie, and it involves a lot of like while they're missing each other, they kind of go off on these different. Each of them kind of has their own lives, doing their own things. One of them becomes a pilot, and they end up sort of like hanging out in the Arctic Circle, which is why it's called, part of the reason why it's called Lovers of the Arctic Circle. And the movie is constantly talking about palindromes and circles and coincidences. It's like Otto and Anna are both palindromes of names. The director's last name is a palindrome, so you kind of earned that. But the upshot is that there's something just about the whole atmosphere of this movie, the whole vibe of the thing, that's kind of just like eerie and strange, and to me like deeply affecting and really romantic. And I guess that's about it. So Lovers of the Arctic Circle, one of my favorite romantic movies that no one else I know has ever seen. And I hope you get a chance to watch it. You can find it at Best Video when it reopens. Good luck finding it anywhere else. I mean, the internet is a big place. I'm sure you can find it somewhere, but well, maybe you'll just have to wait. All right. Again, hope everybody's safe. Wash your hands. Be of good cheer, and see you at the other end of all of this.